Hello, thank you for joining me. Today I'm in the Warwickshire village of Gaydon. I'm not stopping here for long. I'm on my way to Wythall Transport Museum. I thought I'd stop here in Gaydon though, because Gaydon is somewhere very much associated with classic cars because it's got the British Motor Museum. Only a week ago I was at the British Motor Museum for the IFA Club's event. I went there in my Lada. Today I'm taking my Lada to another classic car event at Wythall Transport Museum. The magazine Classic Car Weekly is holding an event. So for the second Sunday in a row, I'm driving my Lada up the M40, except today I've got to go a bit further. I'm going to get in my car now. Let's go to Wythall Transport Museum. So we're now nearly at Wythall Transport Museum. I can just see the former church ahead, which is a landmark of the area. As soon as I saw that tower, I knew we were nearly there. So this place, as well as having a transport museum, a bus museum, there's also a miniature railway, which I'll probably put in a separate video. There we are. This car has been here once to an IFA event. I've been to 3 IFA events here, once in a different Lada and once in a Yugo. So it's nice to take it, interested to see what other cars turn up here. So we're just coming now into the museum, and yeah, I can see a few old buses. I can see only modern cars at the moment, but I expect somewhere I'll be shown where to go with all the classic cars. Looks like if I continue ahead up here, I think they're opening a gate. Whether that's for me, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. So I expect I'll be directed where to park. Morning.
Morning, you right?
Yes, thank you.
£5 for passenger, and then Dennis, who's in the IVs, will park you up.
All right, thank you.
All right. Lovely.
There you go.
Thank you very much. So just get your pass out the back pocket. There you go.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Thank
Dennis
you.
in the IVs, they'll park you up.
Yeah, all right, thanks very much. So we'll go forward and see what other cars we're going to join. Just looking at some of the other cars I can already see. There's a Renault 5.
I think we can squeeze you in.
Okay. Pass is blown away. Yeah, all right, let's follow this man. So let's go out and see the other cars. So I've now parked my Lada up just over there next to a Citroen, which is an M-Reg, so very similar age. These two cars, you know, came out both in the mid-90s, so you've got Russian and French cars here together. And initially I parked up there, but then there was a Jaguar, he left. So it seems cars are coming and going. There's a real mix of cars, and of course plenty of buses. We'll have a look at the buses. We'll probably go for a ride on one. Let's just have a look at, I'm not going to go through every car, but some of them, of course, plenty. It's probably more Morris Minors stroke Travellers than any other car here. A really nice Rover there. Sometimes my knowledge on classic cars isn't as good as it might be for railway, so apologies if I do misname any cars. So yeah, we've got Peugeot, K-Reg Peugeot. Don't really see many of them anymore. You see them everywhere when I was a child. 2 more Morris Minors. Like the Renault 5 on the end. Again, another car you don't see. That's what I like about these events. It's just seeing the cars that you know you don't see. You certainly don't see Ladas like mine. We've got a Merc, another is that a Granada Scorpio? Maybe a Rover. Let's walk along here. Was that there's a Morris Minor. Convertible Morris Minor. Just leave it. Let's watch that go, and then we'll go down and have a look at some of the other cars. I do think Morris Minor's great little cars, and probably if I hadn't got into Eastern European cars, Ladas, Trabants, etc., I may well have ended up the driver of one of them. Let's just have a look at some of the older classic cars. On the whole, there's no real sort of setup as to sort of different eras where, but it seems to be the older cars along here. Got Hillman, Morris Minor, Morris Traveller, Capri, and then like I say, there tends to be the newer cars down there. It's quite interesting. I quite like seeing. It's nice always to see people sort of admiring my car and the other cars. I've seen a few people taking pictures of it. A Mini, I'm surprised it's not more of them actually. Some Toyota car. We've got another. Let's get out of the way. There's another car just pulling in. Probably the closest form of car to mine is this Fiat 127. That's a nice little car. I'm quite pleased to see that there. There doesn't appear to be anything else Eastern European, but Fiat's, my car is, you know, is a derivative of the Fiat 124, and various other Fiats became the Yugos, the 125 became the FXO, the Land Rover, Toyota. So there's another Mini over there. A couple of MGs. From here we get a better view looking across. See the buses. Some of the buses, there's a lot of buses here. There's the cafe. I'm going to have a cup of tea in a minute, I think, and we'll walk down to the other end of the site. There is also the museum which we can have a look in. It's either reparking or going, I'm not quite sure. Morris Minor van there. Vintage fire engine. They do some bus rides, so I'll probably go for a ride on the bus. Earlier this year, when we went to the Stapfold Barn Railway, we travelled on a bus from Tamworth Station up to the barn itself, and the bus came from here. So they do supply buses for Stapfold Barn when they have an event on. Here's the Miniature Railway. I'm hoping to have a go on that later. If I do, that'll be a separate video. So we now come down to this end of the site. When I've come to IFA events here in the past, usually we've had all our cars parked down here. Only once did we have an IFA event up that end of the site. So I think these are the two buses which, you know, are going to do runs. There's a model railway up there as well. We're going to have a look at that in a minute. And then here's the Miniature Railway. So it's a really nice little railway this. So it'd be a bit of a shame if they're not running, but I'm hoping that they are. And then this is the bus stop just outside the railway station, except the trains are really small and the buses are full size. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and have another look around the site, have a cup of tea, and then perhaps later on we'll have a look around inside the museum. I've just had a cup of tea. I'm now going to go for a ride on this bus. It's going to Longbridge, and then when we get back, maybe the Miniature Railway's running. I've just seen them getting the carriages out. Anyway, I think this bus is about to go. I better go and jump on it. It's later on in the afternoon now. Most of the classic cars are gone. The weather's improved. I've had a good time riding the buses. I've also been for a ride on the train. So now I'm going to do a quick look around the museum. So we've got, look at this. There's a Land Rover there fitting in with a car theme, but look at all these buses. Not counted how many buses, but there's a lot of buses. So I thought we'll just have a walk around here, seeing as this is the venue where the event has been held, and we'll have a look at some of them. Like I say, a bit like with cars, I'm not so clued up on what every type of bus is. There's a interested in open top ones built by Leyland, but I do really like buses, and it was really enjoyable earlier on, even though it was raining, just riding the buses. We went on one to Wythall station, then we went on one to Longbridge. It was raining so much there I didn't get out, and there was a little point in filming because it was just so wet, just constant rain. But it's still been a good day. You can see various red buses making our way through here, and yeah, let's go back down this way. There's a Leyland bus here. We'll make our way through here, through the buses, and we're going to get down here. We get to the electric vehicle hall. Look at this, there's all these milk floats and various other electric vehicles, which is quite interesting to see. Look, here we are, look, these are, I think they're perhaps more delivery vehicles actually. These are milk floats. So electric vehicles often seen as a modern thing, but really it isn't. They have always been around. Personally, it never interests me, these modern electric cars isn't really my thing, but these are quite cool because they've been around a long time. But really, I always think if anything's electric, it's best if it comes from either overhead or a third rail. But there obviously are these vintage electric vehicles, which is interesting to see. There we go. Another milk float. Look at these, look. Electric cars are not a new thing, or electric vehicles on roads. They've been around for a long time. Is that a train coming? Go out here, and this takes us outside. We've got to cross the railway line here over the bridge. Like I say, I did have a ride on the train, and that's going to be featured in a Miniature Railway Britain video. Let's just watch the train go by there. So if you want to see a ride on the train, then do look out for the Miniature Railway Britain video, where we will see the whole of the railway. We're going to go down here now, and we're going to go in the other main hall here. We might even be just in time to see the train across the road where the buses go in and out. Also, I'm going to put it in the Miniature Railway Britain video. But see, there's Kenville Model Village. That's a model railway. That'll be the Miniature Railway Britain video. The lights for the level crossing are flashing, and the train is crossing the road in front of us, which is always nice to see. Came to an event here once when they were running steam trains, and I got a picture of I had a white Lada at the time parked there with the little steam train going past, which was quite cool. We're now going to go into the main exhibition hall, this one up here ahead of us, and we'll have a little look around what that is. Then I'm going to go and find my car, which was in a car park of classic cars, and now I think it's a bit lonely with not many other cars. So we go in here, there's all sorts of exhibits, various interactive exhibits to have a look at. So it's like I say, I'm not going to sort of show you all of them. I'm going to show you some of my favourite ones. Talks about, you know, transport in Birmingham. This never actually was a bus depot. This was an RAF base. I don't think there was ever any aircraft landing here, but it was an RAF base. Look at this. This is one of my favourite vehicles. This is a trolley bus. See the wires up there? I don't think they can ever use it, but this is the one trolley bus they've got in the fleet. See the poles up there? So that's where the trolley bus would have drawn its power from. So not like a battery bus like all these modern ones you get. There's a fire engine there. Look, it actually says sit on me for a photograph. It says don't forget to ring the bell. Should we do this for a bit of fun? Where? Oh, I see, yeah. So you can sit on here. Hard to get in, but you can sit up here as if I'm like the driver of this fire engine, which is quite cool. I did want to have a ride in a fire engine. I went somewhere where they preserve fire engines. They let me have a ride. Look, I can ring the bell. Quite loud. But it did say I could do that. Fireman Sam there. City of Birmingham, fire brigade. So that was quite fun. Let's have a look around here. We've got more Midland red buses, which is nice to see. And what else have we got? Yes, there's all sorts of buses and vehicles everywhere. It is, like I said, it's a transport museum, so it's got buses, cars and railways represented in the form of the miniature railway. We go in this bus here. Let's have a look. I almost feel like, well, I've had a few rides on, but it's so comfortable. The seats on these old buses, always nice and comfortable. You know, it does make you want to feel like you want to go out for a ride on one. I do sometimes go to bus rallies. I don't always make videos out of them, I just usually go and enjoy them. Now, this bus here, I particularly want to show you this bus because the interior is a little bit different. Now we go inside, we can't go in this bit, but if you look, looks fairly normal, doesn't it? But there's something different. If you look on that side, see where there's luggage racks, there's no luggage rack on this side. Why is there this dipped bit here? We'll go upstairs and I'll show you why. You don't get many buses like this, but look, see how there's only a corridor on one side, or a walkway, and there's only seats on one side. This is a low double-decker bus. So it's a double-decker bus, but it's lower than most of them. So you get these bench-like seats. They've been really great sat at the front. There you got all the, look how much legroom I've got. I've never had so much legroom on a bus, especially at the front like this. The one next to us, that is also a low bus, but that doesn't, I believe it's a low bus. It doesn't have quite the same unusual layout. So you've got, see all these long rows of seats. You get about 4 people in a row. They're a bit annoying if you sat by the window though, and you wanted to get off at the next stop and you've got 3 people to get past. I have been on some, there was some, Reading used to have some of these low ones, and I've been to a couple of events. Last year I went to a Model Row exhibition in Slough, and it was held at 2 venues. They ran a vintage bus similar to this one. So I did have a ride on a bus a bit like that, and once at a bus rally in Slough I rode on a similar bus. But it sort of had individual 4 seats, so I've seen various different ones, but it was for where a normal conventional height double-decker bus wouldn't fit under the bridges, but there was plenty of room to put a slightly lower double-decker bus. Also, see, when I'm stood up, you know, it's hard to show it on camera, but I am struggling to fit my head in. So like I say, it's a lower, it's pretty at least a foot shorter than, you know, your usual double-decker buses, and you can see how where I'm stood, the seats are up. If I go halfway down the stairs, it might be easy to show that to you. If you look there, see how the seats are up, you know, a few inches, so that way they fit it all in by you walking above the heads of people sat down below. So I think that is a really cool double-decker bus, and we'll have a look at the front of it in a minute. I just want to show you this. This is a coach. Now, I spend a lot of my time on coaches because often when I'm not doing YouTube videos, my main job is I'm a tour manager for a company called Rail Trail Tours, so I'm often getting my clients onto coaches like this, and normally I tend to sit at the front like this with the driver, and I'll be sat here. If I'd done this job sort of 50 years ago, I'd be sat here chatting to the driver. I always enjoy chatting to coach drivers. They're always very friendly and interesting people to chat to. So yeah, and also my clients these days, they don't tend to have suitcases like this. Perhaps just do a vintage one. They've all got to come up with suitcases like this. We go on a vintage coach. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Anyway, so let's go and have a look at the front of the unusual lower height bus. So there you are. I mean, at first glance, it doesn't actually look that different. So it worked in the Cardiff area. You can see slightly sloped. It does look a little bit different, but I think if you weren't thinking about it, I don't think to most people they realise it's actually a lower bus. And we get to here, some more buses. We're nearly back to my car now, having been around most of the museum. Like I said, I'm not going to show you every little thing. I say I don't know too much about buses. I know it's a Leyland engine because it's fairly easy, and I often know a Daimler engine when I see them because they always have this front, whether it's a car or a bus. So we go out here, and yeah, look, I'm the only classic car here now. All the other classic cars has gone, but my Lada, it looks quite at home with these red buses everywhere. My red Lada and the red buses, it really, yeah, looks happy there. So I think it's time for me to jump in my Lada and go home. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Been a really great day. So yeah, good classic car weekly event, and the museum is also great. So thank you very much for watching. Please do feel free to like, subscribe and comment from Wythall Transport Museum.